In this video, we're going to talk about how to set the working directory. And one of the things that's really important when I get started in writing code in R and working in R is kind of understanding where I'm going to have files, where I'm going to save them, and so on. So the working directory is very important. And we already learned this command, get WD. So if you remember, I can click on a line and say get W, or any line, and hit Control Enter. So get WD, I hit Control Enter. Get WD is executed down in the command line in the console, and it tells me the directory I'm currently in. Well, one of the things that I want to get used to is having some control on where I keep my scripts, where I keep my data, and so on. So one of the things, if you're not organized yet in terms of computer organization, it's a good idea to get organized. So one of the things that I do, I save everything in OneDrive. All the work that I do in current projects. So here we go, current projects. I've got a folder called Sabermetrics. And in Sabermetrics, I've got a lot of stuff. And a lot of the stuff I do in R, I do in the folder R analysis. All right, and I do plots and scripts and so on. So it's useful, I hit Windows E, figure out where I am and what I'm doing with my files in the Windows environment. And then I'm going to basically use the get WD and set WD commands to point RStudio at those, so it will keep me organized and keep my files in the right place. And there are a couple things that we can do, so let's do this. Let's say I want to set the working directory so that it's not in this random documents folder. I want to put it in my Sabermetrics folder under the RScript folder. So let's do this. The first way to do it, session, set working directory, choose working directory, and I'm going to just march through and find where I keep everything. So there's my current projects, there's my Sabermetrics folder, here's my R analysis, and there's my script folder. All right. So notice it ran. So I can just go session, set working directory, choose the working directory. And that's the first thing I can do every time I sit down to work in R. Or I can notice it executed. I could take the command that executed and copy, Control-C, Control-V, paste that in. And so now I can have that be one of the first line items I run at the top of most of my scripts. So here we go. I can hit Control Enter and it will execute my script. The other way I can run commands, I can do code, run region, I can run all. I've got a very simple one here, so I could say run all. And it's going to run the get WD and the set WD command. So notice when I do get WD, it tells me it's still in the scripts folder. And then I can execute and rechange it to the set. So sometimes I might even write a script where I set the working directory to find data that I'm looking for, that I want to read in. And then I might change the working directory to another set working directory to change it to a place where I'm going to output data files or plots or so on. So it becomes very useful. So that's one way. I can either go session, set working directory, choose the working directory, and find the place I want to work. I can have it as part of my script, or the third thing, I can go down to my Files tab, and let's just change it to Sabermetrics. Let's say I want to do everything out of my Sabermetrics folder. I could go over here I could navigate where I want to be. I go to More and Set as Working Directory. So down here in the Files folder, notice it changed my working directory to the Sabermetrics folder under Current Projects. And now I've got it that way. So 3 ways I can use it: through a script console. I can go Session, Set Working Directory, and Choose Directory. Or I could go down to Files, Navigate, More, find navigate to the places I want to be, and set as working directory, right? So 3 different ways. The working directory, how I store data in Windows, is going to be, real important. I want to be organized. I want to be able to find the scripts that I've written. I want to be able to find the data that I've saved and that I'm using. I want to be able to find output. So really playing around with this working directory mechanics is a very useful thing in first steps in getting used to R and RStudio.